Right, students. Today I will proceed with process costing with join and buy product. All right, the continuation from the previous part of the process costing. We now proceed with another last part of the process costing. Okay, which is actually all right. The learning outcome from this part is actually hopefully you can identify the join and buy product, distinguish between these two, explain and identify the split of point, explain the alternative methods of allocating joint cost to joint product, and discuss the advantages and disadvantages of the method. Explain how the joint cost treated from short-term decision making and make decision on further processing joint product or selling at the split of point, and hopefully you can describe the accounting treatment of byproduct. Okay, joint and byproduct actually two or more product produced from the same process operation. Okay, not distinguishable up to the point of separation. The point of separation is called the split of point. Right? After split of point, product become distinguishable. Joint product are the main product having significant sales value, and byproduct it is actually the incidental in the production process and normally have insignificant sales value, right? So this joint cost, another thing that you have to consider here is the joint cost incurred, all right? Where it is incurred up to the split of point. You have few costs that incurred during the process and it stopped at the split of point. Okay, that is considered joint cost. All right, so joint costs are then apportioned to the joint product. Right? And how you want to value the closing inventories, you compute the cost and assess profitability, and this can be used to aid you in your decision making where it involves the pricing decision. All right, and we have actually two methods. One is physical measures and the second one is sales value. Sales value also can use this what we call net realizable value, right? Okay, let us look at the diagram here. What I mean by split of point. Okay, so let's say you have something you are okay, let's say you use cocoa bean in your production, all right, and it costs you 500 per ton bag, okay, and you need another material in the production, so you cost you another 600 ringgit per ton, okay. This both item considered as joint cost. Let's say you have one more, then you add another one. It's still joint cost. Okay. And now let's say you stop here and you want to produce cocoa butter. Another one is cocoa powder. Let's say from the same process, you come out with two items or two products. Okay. All right. So now you have split the production. You stop here and you put into two separate products. You will have 1,500 pounds, okay, to produce cocoa butter and 500 pounds for cocoa powder. All right. Now you have separate costs already, right? And it can be further processed to produce. You can stop here, or you can further process the product to produce the tanning cream. All right. From cocoa butter, if you add another process, it costs you 1,560, but you can produce tanning cream. It is good. The same thing happened to cocoa powder. If you want to continue and make more money, for example, you add another process, costs you 800, and you can produce instant cocoa mix for 500 pounds. Okay? This is what we call further process. Okay? You can stop here. If you're lazy, you think no point for us to continue, let me stop here. I can sell this cocoa butter and I still can make money. Then you stop here. Okay? At the split off point, you have 1,000 joint cost. Sorry, 1,100 joint cost. And you have to add with this cost if you want to produce cocoa butter to calculate the cost per unit, or you have to add 1,100 plus 500 if you want to produce cocoa powder. And you count the cost per unit or cost per pound of cocoa powder. All right. If you have, let's say you're interested to continue, then you need to incur another 800 to earn more to produce instant cocoa mix. All right. Then another process. Same thing happened to cocoa butter. If you want to proceed to produce tanning, you think this is more profitable, then you proceed. However, you later will calculate first, should you proceed or not based on the profit that you earn. Okay, when we look at the figures, look interesting, but it doesn't mean it's going to profit you. All right, we will look at the calculation later, whether it is wise for us to proceed with the further process or not. If not, then you decide to stop at the cocoa butter and cocoa powder. Right? Let us look at the first example here. All right. You have two joint products. You have product A and product B produced from two processes. Means we go through process 1 and plus process 2. I cannot sell at process 1. I didn't produce any finished product yet. Okay. So that's why I have to continue to process 2, and only I can split here. If I want to produce A, I have to use this 100,000, sorry, 1,200 to produce A asterisk. If I want to produce B, then I will produce B asterisk for the process. Okay, so the total joint cost, this is actually the joint cost is 10,000. Okay, It is whether I want to proceed or not. At this level, I already incurred 10,000. I got no choice, okay? It is actually what we call in the decision making is no longer what we call relevant to our decision because we already incurred. All right, you will learn that I think in the following semesters. Okay. Okay, so now when I stop here, I think I want to process 1,000 of A and 4,000 of B. With further process, I will incur 2,000. And to produce AF3, I will incur another 1,200. Okay. If not, then I stop A and B. Okay. I produce 1,000 A, 4,000 B is enough already. All right. At the split off point, 1,000 ton of A and 4,000 ton of B are produced. Okay. Here. And product A can be sold at 20 RM 20. This is RM 10. Okay. 20 for A and 10 for B. Okay. Alternatively, the product can be further processed. Okay. This is the further process. All right. After further processing, product A become A asterisk and product B becomes B asterisk. And product A can be sold at 21 ringgit. So now at this stage, I can earn extra 1 ringgit. All right. And for B, it can be sold M15. Wow, I think this is more better, right? So, required from you cost allocated to the joint product A and B using physical measures, sales value at split off point, and net realizable value. Okay, now you need to do some calculation, right? So if I base on the physical measures, it's totally based on physical output, the weight or the volume. And the joint product are charged with proportionate share of joint costs, right? And the cost per unit is the same for each joint product. Let us look how I calculate this.
Ada layang nggak sih?
Okay, so now my total output is 5,000. 1,000 A, 4,000 B. So total output is 5,000. Physical measures method means my portion is based on output. So here, what can I do? It is 1,000 divided into 5,000. And for B is 4,000 divided into 5,000. All right. And times with the joint cost. Okay. This is physical measures. All right. We separate the joint cost. We divide the joint cost based on the physical output. All right. So 1,000 over 5,000 times 10,000, you will get 2,000. And for B, you will get 8,000. All right. And this is actually 2,000 divided into 1,000. Your output. Okay. And 8,000 divided into 4,000. Happen to be the cost is the same. All right. I repeat. Okay. When based on physical or based on output, all right, you total up the output first. Okay, you get 5,000. So to get the apportion, 1,000 over 5,000, because you want to identify for A. So 1,000 divide into 5,000 and times the total cost 10,000. So you share 2,000 for A and remaining balance, or 4,000 divide into 5,000 times 10,000, it is 8,000 for B. Okay, so RM8, RM2 divide into the numbers of output, which is 1,000 and 4,000. So that's why you get these 2 ringgit. Okay, I think that is for physical. And if you are required to base on the sales value measures, where the sales value at split off point or at net realizable value. Okay, so we look at the example. Let's say we calculate at the sales value at the split off point. Split off point means the price just now, we know that is 20 ringgit. Okay, so now we go back to the calculation. We produce 1,000 A and 4,000 B. 1,000 A can be sold at RM20 and the value is 20,000. Product B can be sold at RM10 ringgit. The amount or the value is 40,000. All right. So in total, your value is 60,000. All right. If you compare with the split based on the physical will base solidly on this one. But if sales value, mean you times with the selling price. Okay? Very simple. All right. So now you have 20,000 over 60,000. 40,000 over 60,000 times. So now the portion is slightly different. If you use physical method is 2,000 and 8,000. However, if we base on the joint cost allocation, all right, it's going to be different. 3,333 and 6,667. All right, and the total cost now 333 and 167. I repeat, okay. If you base on sales value, the difference is only where you need to times the selling price. That's why it means the sales value. All right. You times 20 and you times 10. You will get the sales value. All right. Once you have this, then you take this 20,000, the sales value for A, you divide into 60,000, you times 10,000, you will get 3,333. And for B, 40,000, divide into 60,000 times 10,000, you get now 6,667. All right, that is sales value at split off point. We have another one, net realizable value, where when the question asks you about the net realizable value, it means that you have to consider the further processing costs, right? It is the same, you have to calculate the sales value. However, the sales value after further process, right? So it is 21 ringgit and 15 ringgit. The unit still the same, 1,000 times 21 and 4,000 times 15. Now, the total is how much? If you look here, is 81,000. However, you have to look at the further processing cost. All right. If you look at the further processing cost, you have 1,200. All right. From the sales value here, you have to minus 1,200, where you only get the net realizable value of 19,800. And for B, you have to incur 2,000 if you go further process, all right, which is 2,000. So this 60,000 minus 2,000, it is equal to 58,000. Now you total this up. It should be 778,800. From here again, you take A and B, do a portion to net realizable, total net realizable value. Realizable value for A divided into total net realizable value. Okay, so you will get a different amount again. So based on the three method, you have three different figures. All right, the outcome is different. Okay, so now maybe you have to make a decision. All right, let us look here how we derive to the revenue, right, or profit. Okay, so from sales 20,000 and 40,000. If you use technique 1, which is physical method, this is physical method, 20 minus 2,000, you will get 18,000. All right. But if you use sales value, you will have 20 minus 3, and you will get 16,666. All right, which is slightly lower. And if you use net realizable value, 20 minus 2, and the profit would be 17,455. So based on the three techniques here, technique 1, which is physical method, give you higher profit, right? It is the same thing. If you look at section B or the product B, where if you look here, 32,000, 33,000, and 2,000. For product B, this sales value method is better. All right. That is how you calculate the profit. Very simple. As usual, sales less cost, total cost, you get the profit. Okay, that is the. All right. So now we look at the byproduct, which is incidental product that emerge in the production process. Joint costs are not apportioned to byproduct. It is treated in a similar manner to normal loss. Treatment byproduct, actually, income from byproduct are added to main product or source of income, where the net realizable value byproduct were deducted from cost of production from it. Okay. Let us look at example 8.2 here, which is actually refer to the previous example. However, we have further process. And the further process 2002 and 2000 as we mentioned earlier. All right. And the further process can be sold at 21 and 15. The decision has to be made is whether to further process the product and incur the additional cost or sell them at split point. Okay, sell them at split or point. Okay, so I did mention about the joint cost here, 10,000 already apportioned to product B and product A, which have already been incurred and will not change, right? And whether the product are sold at split or point or sold after further processes, the joint cost is actually is the past cost, and therefore it is irrelevant for the short-term decision making. So whatever that you need to decide now, it is based on the further process. Okay. Let us look at the further process. Let's say you continue from A to A asterisk, additional revenue. Okay, if you proceed just now, if you sell at the sale split of point, it selling price is 20. However, if you proceed, you can sell at 21. So the revenue here is only RM1. And the number of unit is 1,000. So that's why it is only 1,000 and the revenue is 1,000. However, the cost that you are going to incur for further processing for product A is 1,002. So you are going to lose about 200 ringgit, right? So as there is a loss, it is not worth for you to further process product A, and the decision that you need to make is to sell product A at split off point. However, for product B, the revenue, the previous price at the split off is 10 ringgit. If you proceed to further process, increase to 15 ringgit, means you earn additional of 5 ringgit, and you have 4,000 of product B. Now you earn 20,000. However, the cost incurred is only 2,000. Then you earn 18,000. This is huge amount. Okay. Therefore, it is worth for you to further process product B into product B asterisk and should be sell product B asterisk after further process. All right. Okay. So this is how you make a decision. You cannot base on when you look at the figures 20 to 21. Oh, you make profit. However, when you calculate the earning only 1,000, you cannot cover the additional cost for further process. But if you look at product B, you can cover the only 2,000 further process cost. So therefore, stop A at split point, but further process for product B. All right, and sell it after it becomes product B asterisk. All right, so far, are you following?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
All
ma'am.
right. This is quite slightly simpler from the previous process costing, right? Okay, and it's more like modern maths. Okay, byproduct or joint product, I think it should be no problem for the student. All right. So if you don't answer a certain part of process costing, you should answer this section to earn good marks. All right, because this part can help you very much. Okay, so I will proceed with another section here. All right, the income from the byproduct is added to sales of main product. The income from byproduct created a separate source of income. The net realizable value of the byproduct is deducted from the cost of production in the period. All right, the most commonly used accounting treatment by product is illustrated in 8.3 here. Okay, let us look at 8.3 example. All right, which produce Joy B company operate manufacturing process which produce 10,000 kilos of main product, JP and 500 kilos of BP. JP, this is JP, joint product, and this is BP, byproduct. The total cost of production during period amounted to 100,000. And the total sales revenue from the sales of main product amounted 350,000. The byproduct require further process, cost of 50 cent per kilogram, after which it can be sold for 150 per kg. No opening and closing of this what we call joint product and byproduct. Show profit calculation for the period using three following method. Let's say we use the sales main method, sales separate source income, and deduct from the cost of production. Right, let us look at the example. Very simple here. Sales of joint product is 350,000. Then sales of byproduct is 500 kg times 150. Given in the question, it is 750. So the total sales now is 35070. And you calculate the cost of sale, which is the cost of production here. So the total here is 200,000. All right. And the profit you earn is 15750. If you use my product to sales main product, right? And if you use separate source of income, sales of joint product, 350, cost of production is 500,000, and other income, let's say you separate it, you count it here, sales of byproduct, it is the same, 500 times 150, it is also 750. So your total profit is the same, whether you use the main income or as source of income. How about net realizable value? If you use based on net realizable value, sales of joint product, the cost of production is 500, where 500, okay, time 1 ringgit just now, 200 minus 500 here is 199. Then you will get lesser total profit if you use this net realizable value. Where do I obtain this? Sales value less further process, okay? So less 1 ringgit. So 500 times 100, it is 5 ringgit. Okay, that is the net realizable value for byproduct, which is actually incidental happen in the production. Ah, that's all for the buy product. Sorry, the joint product. All right, we have finished the what we call last part of our study. So before we proceed with maybe one exercise that I can share with you, and I will teach you how I derive to my solution. So maybe do you have any question to ask me about the joint product? Anybody want to ask any question? Any question? No?
Not yet, ma'am.
Not yet. All right. We take a 5-minute breaks before we try question number 1 that I've given to you together with the solution. I just pass to Dr. Helena. All right. So maybe I will show you after this. All right. So let's take a break for 5 minutes.
Ya, halo Dr. Hana.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry that I have to leave for a minute because there's a guest that came.
No,
Uh-huh.
no problem. I asked the student to take a break for 5 minutes before we proceed with the discussion of the question that I've given to you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that I have
Uh,
shown to the student. So I asked them to read it
we
before
will
that.
continue at 2:55.
Oh, okay. Okay. Ya, halo kepada mahasiswa, sudah dipelajari ya yang dikirim tadi? Oke ya, nah kita membahas topik sekarang itu adalah tentang joint product seperti yang sudah diterangkan oleh Ibu Hana tadi, ada joint product dan by product. Nah, kalau joint product, nah itu udah ada juga bahannya yang saya share ya. Nah, itu adalah kalau di kita bahasanya adalah produk gabungan ya. Nah, jadi produk yang diproduksi secara bersama itu melalui satu proses produksi di mana di setiap produk yang dihasilkan itu memiliki bentuk dan nilai yang berbeda. Nah, itu yang joint product. Ya, produk gabungan. Nah, karena dia ada joint product, of course dia punya yang namanya joint cost. Nah, yang jadi masalah adalah dalam perhitungan joint cost-nya. Gitu ya. Bisa ya dipahami ya? Oke, jadi apa itu joint cost? Itu biaya dari produksi bersama tadi sebagai produk dalam proses yang sama. So, dalam biaya gabungan itu ada yang namanya terjadi bentuknya yang ada yang bisa dibagi ya untuk semua produk dan tidak kita hitung per masing-masing atau per individu dari produk. Nah, ada beberapa cara dalam perhitungannya gitu tadi kan. Ya, ada yang harga pasar relatif, yang kita jual di titik pisah, ada yang tidak dijual pada titik pisah. Kenapa? Karena perlu adanya proses lanjutan. Nah, kemudian ada biaya rata-rata per unit perhitungannya tadi juga. Ya, oke ya. Bisa dipahami? Silahkan dibaca dulu soalnya, kemudian dilihat. Nah, ini sudah ada tadi saya kirimkan itu berdasarkan apa namanya jawaban atas ya apa solutionnya ya menu solutionnya tadi itu dari soal yang sudah dikirimkan seminggu yang lalu. Sudah dilihat dan sudah dibaca soalnya? Fadila Fariska udah dibaca soalnya ya. Oke. Oke, jadi sudah ini ya, ready ya untuk dibahas. Oke, hari ini.
Okay, can you see my suggested solution on the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I hope you still have the question, a compilation of few question with you, which is from the previous session that I have given you. We have few questions there, so I would like to discuss with you and show you how I derive to my solution. Okay, how I solve this case. All right. It is actually question one, Mami Berhad. Okay, it makes delicious ice cream. Okay, in its factory, which is located in Bukit Rotan, by passing the material input through three sequential processes. All right, we have few processes here. However, we are not going to prepare for all the processes. It's going to be long and take a lot of time. So normally we request students to prepare part of the process only. We choose process 1, process 2, or maybe only process 2, process 3. All right. So in the first process, milk shakes are mixed together with egg. In the second process, flavors are added to the mixture. And finally, in the final process, all the ice creams are packed in a 1 liter container, right? So a few information here, which is related to the operation in process 1 for the month of May. All right, so we have the opening work in progress, which is 20,000 liters, and it is actually 100% complete for the material and 85% complete for conversion costs. All right, I did mention earlier, conversion cost is actually labor and overhead costs, right? And we have material added in the process, 180,000 liters. Completed and transferred out is 145,000 liters. The scrap units is 25,000. The closing work in progress is 30,000. And the closing work in progress, 100% complete for material and only 25% complete for conversion cost. And we have another information, the cost of opening work in progress and cost of material added during the month for process 1. Opening work in progress for material, 161 500 and 165 800. Cost of material added for the month is 338 and 500. And conversion cost is 10450. The normal loss is 10% of input and can be sold at 1 ringgit per liter. The weighted average cost method is adopted for valuation of work in progress. So it means that in order for us to prepare the statement, the 3 statement, we base on this weighted average. All right. So the first thing that you need to do is actually to prepare the statement. One is statement of equivalent unit and statement of cost and statement of evaluation. All right. We have simplified from the previous format that you have in your slide. Okay, we slash the input because we don't use that input actually. We only focus on the output here. All right, you have few columns, which is actually 6 column. All right, for statement of equivalent, you need material here and the conversion cost. If you don't write added is okay. We know that this is the quantity that you are going to add in during the process. All right. So based on the information, you can see completed and transferred out to next process, which is 100% complete, and we can go to another process. All right. So which is actually 145. All right. We know that it is 100% and 100%. So the whole amount is 145. All right. So that is the figure. All right. This is from question. The information is from the question. All right. Transferred to process. And then based on the information, the normal loss is 10%. Normal loss, 10%. 10%. How I derive to 20,000? It is 10% times 200,000. Where do I get the 200,000? it is 4145 plus 20 plus 5 plus 30. Right? It is 200,000. Okay. That is 20,000. It is also 100% and 100%. So that's why 20 here, 20 and 20. All right. However, I expect 20,000 losses during the process, but scrap unit is actually the scrap that can be sold, which is 25,000. We have normal loss of 20,000. Okay, but we are going to sell 25. It means that we have 5,000 extra. Okay, it shows that this is abnormal. We expect 20, suddenly it come up 25. All right, so 5,000 is your abnormal loss. Okay, it's also 100% and 100%. So that's why you transfer 5,000 and 5,000 here. And the closing work in progress, it is 30,000. And 100% and 25%. Complete for conversion cost. So 25 times 30,000 is 7,500. Right? But material added, yes, 100%. So 30,000. All right. This normal loss just now, if you look at the information in the question, you can see from the opening work in progress, you have 20K plus material added 180K. You can identify the material from here, the input from here as well, in order for you to calculate the normal loss. All right, so now you have calculate the conversion cost and the material added. Okay, so now let us calculate the statement of cost. Okay, under the statement of cost, the opening work in progress, if you look at the cost of the opening at the second part of the information, where opening work in progress is 161 and 165. The cost incurred for the period where at the second line, you can see 338 and 10450. All right. So the total cost here, you add up 500,000 and 226. To get the cost per equivalent, you divide into 200. Okay, and you divide with 177,500. Okay, 500 divide into 200, you get this 250 for material, and conversion cost is 150. So now you can proceed with the statement of evaluation. Okay, transfer to process 2, which is actually 100. Transfer to process 2, which is actually completed. I did mention completed unit. You have to calculate based on total cost. Okay, so 145. This is from here. Okay, 145. The normal loss is from the normal loss quantity here, abnormal loss from abnormal loss quantity. Okay, then all of it you times 4, you will have certain amount here. However, for the closing work in progress, you need to look at the amount of unit at the closing work in progress, which is 30. So put 30 here, 30 times 250, and this sorry, 7,005. You take 7,005 times with 150. So that's why you have 86250 for the closing work in progress. Okay. And once you have finished all the calculation, then now you can go to the process account. Okay. Now only you can fill up the opening work 1,000, and the amount here, material added 180 is 338. Okay, conversion cost is 10450. If you want to prepare the process account first, is you can, however, you cannot have certain figures here. All right, so normally we stand by the column and we prepare the weighted average method first, and then only I will go to process account. All right, normal loss can be sold at 1 ringgit, so this is your 20,000. Abnormal loss you charge at 4 ringgit. Okay, it is 20,000, and the closing work is for 86250. All right, and you have is 766 minus 86250 minus 20 minus 20, then the actual amount for you to transfer to process 2 is 640. All right, this is where I show amount, okay, for you to get to the figure to transfer to process 2. Looks simple, but you have meticulous work that you need to do, and process costing need you to do step by step. All right. This is weighted average method. This slightly different from FIFO method here. I prepare another method for you, okay, where maybe you can look at the difference later. I'm not going to go through, which is I think will confuse you, where we need to do another part of the exercises. All right, so let us settle this. You go back and you compare what's the difference. I did mention earlier, it because of the opening. FIFO means the first in, first out. All right, look at how you start here. Okay, but now I want to share with you a very simple answer for you to answer part B of the question, right? Which is byproduct. All right. Look at the B section. The following data relates to two joint products: cookies almond and cookies walnut. Each joint product is further processed to produce sellable output. All right. You have the joint processing cost is 30,000. Production in kgs, cookies almond is 2760 and cookies walnut is 2240, and the selling price per kg for each of the cookies is 12 and 450, and you incur further processing cost per kg 150 and 90 cents if you want to further process to another final product. Or if you want to stop, you can sell cookies almond and walnut. All right. So calculate total net profit and the net profit per unit for each product if are a portion based on sales value method. Sales value, it is based on the selling price. Okay. You have to remember, if I mention about physical, then use the quantity only. If sales value, then times with selling price. Net realizable value means plus for the process. All right. So now let us answer this question. Cookies, the quantity is 2760. The sales value is 12 ringgit. Okay. You have 33120. Okay, this is times 12 and this is times 450. So you get 33120 and 10080. All right. And the total of the value, the sales value is 4320. So therefore, for you to get the cookies almond, sorry, I didn't change this, cookies almond and cookies walnut. All right. So 33 divide into 43,200 times 30,000 joint cost, you get 23,000. And for cookies walnut, 10,080 divide into 43200 times 30,000, you get 7,000. All right. From here, you minus further process 4140. Okay. You earn, I think I did a further process 23 net profit. I think I made a wrong calculation here. 23, sorry. 33120 divide into 43200 times 30,000 is 30,000. 33120 divide into 43200 times 30,000, which is 30,000. Do you derive to the same figures with me? 33120 and 080. 33120 plus 080 4200 into 4200. 23 times 30,000 is supposed to be 7,000. 7,000. All right. So 7,000 minus the further process is 20. Further process 150 times 90 cent is 2016. Okay. Minus 7,000 minus 2016 is 4984. It's supposed to be 4984. Okay. And 22,000 minus, oh sorry, but the process is 5140. I made the calculation wrongly. Okay, so this one is different and different. All right. 18, 23 minus 4150, 1880, 5 into 760, 68 is about 6833, and 4984 divided into 2240 is 2.225. Okay, I've done a wrong calculation here. All right. Okay, so joint cost 23,000. All right, and this for cookies A, it is 23, and cookies walnut is for 7,000. All right, further process that incur. The company want to have net profit for each unit, eh? Okay, in that case 20. Further process is it further process 23,000 right into 760 is 833 actually. The cost per unit 833 minus 33, and this what is called 23,000 is for 2760 unit. Okay, let me calculate the further process. We don't have 23. Further process is 150. 1 minus 150, so 833 minus 150. Yeah, 683 and 225. All right. So I don't have to show, oh, but the question one net profit. So I have to times with the whole quantity first. All right. Present in terms of the net profit of 8860. And then I divide back into 2760 in order for me to get per unit. All right, so I made a wrong calculation there. All right, so this is the correct one. Okay, why I need to calculate this? Because the question asked me to the net profit, total net profit. All right, if that is not required in the question, then I can straight away calculate the net profit per unit. Based on this 23,000, I can straight away divide into 276 unit. Okay, so I can get 833 just now. 833 and minus 150. That's why I can derive to 683. Okay, so that is how you solve the sales value method for question B. That is quite simple, all right, and I think it's very much easier for you to try the question, all right, and try to solve the question compared to the whole process of account, okay, which is in part A. It is quite difficult. Okay, so I think that's all for today. So maybe if you have any question now, we can have a question and answer session. If you would like to ask me, not then we will continue to have tutorial tomorrow for another question. Okay. Any question?
Okay. Yeah, any question? Lulut, do you have a question?
Oh, not yet, ma'am.
Okay. Who else? Ana Marzuka?
I haven't the question yet, ma'am.
Oh, okay. So you got that point that Ibu Hana explained before, yeah? Okay. So today that we learn about that the joint cost allocation, joint products and byproducts. So because of that, the joint products, so we have that joint allocation, the joint cost allocation, right? What is the method? The method is first physical measure and also market-based allocated. First sales value at split off, and also we have net realizable value. What about the byproducts? So the byproducts, so we have two methods for the accounting for the byproducts. First, production method and sales method, right? So that Bu Ana explained before, this profit statement at sales value method, this is for the byproduct. Okay. So any question from you? Bagaimana? Apakah mahasiswa Fadila Fariska? Silahkan.
Ma'am, permission to ask ma'am,
Hana, yes. Okay.
I have a question. When can we decide to use selling value and physical value, ma'am? Thank you.
Oh, actually, that one is up to you. Normally, the question will stated you have to use which method,
Mhm.
all right? Or otherwise, it is up to you which one is preferred by you. Okay? If the question asks you to answer, use the net realizable, then you have to do based on the net realizable value. Okay? So look at the question carefully.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Fadila, it based on the, kalau kita ujian ya, it based on the question, right? But yeah, maybe when you have, yeah, when you kalau udah bekerja, yeah, in the company maybe in the manufacturer, so it's depend on the judgment of the management, I think. Okay,
Thank you, Bu.
yeah, you're welcome. So ada lagi, silahkan. Tepi Zaluku, do you have a question? Any question?
I have question, ma'am.
Yes.
The answer in part A,
In part A.
where we get a nominal of abnormal loss.
Okay. Based on the information, all right, the question mentioned 10% is normal loss. So when I calculate the normal loss 10% times 200,000, where do I get this 200,000? The opening work in progress mentioned in the question is 20,000 liters. And additional material 118,000. So in total, the material is 200,000 now. And I expect 10% will be my loss. So 10 times 200, it is 20,000. However, the scrap unit means the loss, right? That is the trick there. The question didn't mention the actual loss, but the question treat you by using the term scrap unit. Scrap units mean the unused unit, the lost unit. the spoil unit, which still can be sold for certain value, certain RM. So based on that, it is 25, which is actually I expect 20,000. My normal loss is 20,000. And the actual loss is 25,000, which is higher than the expected. As I mentioned earlier, if it is higher than expected, then it will be abnormal loss of 5,000. The difference between the actual and the expected, or actual minus normal loss, which is 25 minus 20, that is 5,000.
Okay, ma'am. Thank
Get
you.
me? Okay.
Oke. Oke, bagi mahasiswa itu sudah ada link absen, silahkan diisi ya. Link presensi. Ada lagi pertanyaan? Mungkin bagaimana kalau misalnya kita memutuskan apakah produk ini dijual hanya sampai dengan saat titik
Split.
pisahnya, split off only ya, hanya sampai pada titik pisah. Kapan kita memutuskan hanya sampai titik pisah, ataukah kita lanjut proses? Apakah ada pertanyaan-pertanyaan seperti itu yang belum dipahami? Silahkan. Ramadona?
Not yet, ma'am.
Oke.
Sorry, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay. Maybe from your statement, so the split point.
Yeah. Who is? Question. Anna. Okay, Anna.
Okay, ma'am. But based on your statement, at the market value method, we have the second, the two method, especially in the if not solved at the split point. So how do we determine that we use the split point, and how to determine its split point?
You asked me about joint product, is it?
Yes, yeah, it's about a joint product, ma'am.
Okay, so now you want to know when you're supposed to decide to stop at the split point or to
Yes.
continue with the further process.
How do we determine the split point, ma'am?
How we determine the split point?
Yes, ma'am.
Let me share with you the PowerPoint just now, right? Let me share. Okay, you asked me about how to determine split off point here.
Anna? Oh. Halo Anna. Oh, maybe about that the sign. Itu dia. Anna, apakah ya bertanya mengenai bagaimana kita melakukannya pada titik split off point ini?
Ya, dan untuk titik poinnya sendiri itu kita yang menentukan atau bagaimana, ma'am?
Oke. You have to choose the split point of Dr. Hannah.
Okay.
Yes.
This stage, it is up to you actually. Once the product is ready, you can sell it. This is set by you, okay? Let's say we have process 1 plus process 2, and it is finished goods, okay? So you can stop here, and you can sell the product. Sell for, let's say, 20 ringgit. You can sell, no problem. It is already something that you can sell. Okay, if it is finished, all right? However, sometimes it is not finished here. You cannot stop because like this situation, you cannot sell it because there's no ready product. Okay? It depends on the process. Let's say when you reach this level, you produce cocoa butter and you produce cocoa powder. You don't want to further process the product. You want to stop here. It is up to you. Now you can sell this. You can sell the butter, you can sell the powder. Okay? It is up to the company to decide. All right? But if you think you have a chance to earn more and you can sell at a higher price, then definitely the management will decide to continue the process and to produce the tanning cream. All right? Or to produce the cocoa mix. It's again up to you. But in order for you to decide to go to continue the process, it is something that you have to consider where you will reach at this stage. This is I mentioned earlier. Let's say you add another process, you can sell extra of 1 ringgit. So 1 ringgit times 1,000, you actually earn 1,000 extra. However, in order for you to proceed with this further process, you incur 1,000 too. Oh, might as well you stop there. You don't have to proceed because your cost is higher than your revenue. You are going to lose. So for product A, you stop at the split off point where actually you stop here, okay? Or you stop here, all right? You don't have to go to this process. No need to proceed with these two processes. However, if we look at process 2 just now, process 2, which is B, sorry, not process 2, product B, earn additional 5 ringgit if product B proceed to process further process. To go through further process to sell at higher price. And they only incurred 2,000, but they earn 20,000, which is 18,000 of revenue. You earn extra. So you can continue to further process product B, but stop at the split off point for product A. Do not go to further process. All right? Okay? You need to compare with the cost and the benefit. All right? If you think that the benefit is more than the cost, then you can proceed. If not, then you stop there where you can earn a little profit. All right? Any more questions?
Okay, ma'am. Thanks for explanation, ma'am.
Yeah. Any question more? Nurul? Okay. Finish? No one? No one wants to ask? Okay, what about Ibu Hana? What about tomorrow? Is it still? So I think it's all the material is yeah, it's all finished that you give to us right now. So what about tomorrow? Is still that we
I think we had finished. We come to the end, and it is up to UNP whether is it necessary for us to continue tomorrow.
I think
If
yeah, I think we have finished that. I think that is okay. No, yeah, because when PES only told to us that we have 3 meetings, so that I think is that's okay.
okay, all right.
Oke, jadi mahasiswa ada yang mau bertanya lagi sebelum kita akhiri sesi kita yang 3 kali ini ya dengan Ibu Dr. Hana dari UiTM Malaysia. Ada yang mau bertanya kembali? Tidak? Apa bagaimana? So maybe kalau misalnya ada kesulitan, nah next ya maybe next meeting ya, we can discuss about this material again, ya, this topic again untuk mahasiswa. Okay, maybe with me, only with me, not with Ibu Hana, because her session is ended right now. Yeah.
Dr. Lina, if you need the suggested solution for a few questions, then I can prepare and I will email or will WhatsApp you for the rest of the question that I've given to you.
Okay. Alhamdulillah. Okay. Thank you so much to Ibu Hana with this teaching collaboration, so that we got a lot of and very useful knowledge to and of course a new experience to the all of us. And also Alhamdulillah, we are very grateful to you that Ibu Dr. Hana, your extraordinary willingness to share your knowledge with us, even though it was only 3 meetings. So I think we got a lot of insight for us. So I really hope that you can share that your knowledge again in the future. So if I really say sorry if there is something wrong during this process. So I really said that thank you very much to Ibu Hana.
Right. I would like to say thank you to all of the students and UNP. I wouldn't talk much because I'm a very what we call very soft in heart. Okay, to end the session is not nice for me. So hopefully we can meet face to face, inshallah. All right. Anyone come to Malaysia, especially Malacca, please WhatsApp. All right. And we have a student now. We have 1 or 2 students, I think, from Indonesia, physically in our campus.
Oh, okay.
And we have the outbound student. Let me check from which university. Let me see. Let me see. We just Universitas Syiah Kuala Bandar Aceh.
Yes, I know that.
USK.
Yes.
One from one from USK. Only one. The other 2 from other country.
Yeah.
They are here to join our, I think, to join our diploma student. And so maybe later or some other time, if you like to send the student, maybe we can think about it, and maybe we can talk later and discuss how we can go through about it. All right. To all the students, thank you very much for listening. Hopefully you can at least get something, get knowledge from me, even it is quite difficult for you to follow. because I cannot really communicate in your language. However, I enjoy teaching you and share my knowledge, and hope you happy, and may Allah bless us all together.
Okay, amin ya Rabbil Alamin. So I think this is also new experiences for all my students here. Right? Okay. Thank you so much, Ibu Dr. Hana.
You have taken the photo, is it?
Yes, I have taken the photo. Okay.
So
We taken
maybe
the photo.
later you can share with me.
Okay, let's we taken the photo once more. Okay. Cheers. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
All right. Thank
All right.
you.
Thank you so much, Ibu Hana. See you
Assalamualaikum.
here in Padang.
Insyaallah.
Assalamualaikum.
Assalamualaikum
Waalaikumsalam.
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Waalaikumsalam.
Pada dinginnya dia kepada